Police Minister Senzo Mchunu outlining the outcomes of the three-day National Policing Summit and announced some of the measures that are set to be implemented. Watching that feedback session, if you like, is SABC News reporter Neria Hlakotsa, who joins us now live from Pretoria. And Neria, there's a whole list of priorities that have now been outlined by the police minister. But perhaps what also stood out is that they've identified 4 provinces as hotspot areas.
Definitely, there was a lot that came out of this summit. But one thing the minister said as he took to the podium is that KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, Western Cape and the Eastern Cape are their hotspot provinces, and they will be putting a lot of focus on those provinces. But he also said that doesn't mean that they will not be focusing on other provinces. And what the minister said, basically, it's something that the provincial commissioner in KwaZulu-Natal also said yesterday. So he was basically reiterating that matter, because when you look at KwaZulu-Natal, among other things, they have the challenge of firearms, the challenge also of gender-based violence and the murders that are happening. And with the minister today, he also spoke about how they need to deal with the murders that are happening in the country. And after the summit, they have decided that they will have an operations war room that comes as a result of the summit and some of the suggestions that came out of there. But what we know, and one of the key strategies that the department wants to implement, is technology. Technology, that's what the minister was saying, that it is through technology that policing will be made easier. So the National Commissioner told us during this briefing that they will be rolling out body cameras for police, especially flying squad and those in the front lines, as part of doing their jobs. Remember, the summit did say that it is through smart policing that the police will be able to track criminals even before the crime happens. But the minister also spoke about the well-being, of course, of police officers, because of if they are not okay, then the morale is low. And that is currently what is happening when, according to the minister, of course. But I think, among other things that came out here that were very important is the issue of AfriForum, the minister taking to the podium just to speak about the threats that AfriForum have made. You know that they have written a letter asking the minister to apologize or at least face legal challenges. But the minister saying he has not received this letter. The letter was initially written to the National Commissioner's office, but they are looking now at it as they've seen it, and they cannot comment any further. And during this briefing also we heard about the issue of the KZN Commissioner Mkhwanazi. You must remember that IPID had initially written a letter to Mkhwanazi asking him to give his side of the story or just respond to the allegations that were put against him. And you remember now Mkhwanazi was saying that IPID has since withdrawn that. So there has been discussion as to whether this letter by IPID, was it written because the complainant was the minister, but the minister has since said he was not the complainant. And in fact, IPID also confirmed yesterday to say that the complainant was anonymous. This is according to Mkhwanazi. So the minister here also saying that nobody must worry in terms of his relationship with Mkhwanazi, saying it's a cordial relationship and nothing has been broken. There's no love lost there, and he holds no grudge against him. So there were a myriad of issues, and not just only about the summit. But one thing, going back to the summit, the minister is clear that from here on they will be on the ground trying to fight crime as the police, and most importantly also ensuring that the trust that the community once had in police is restored, because the minister was saying that, you know, the public has a limited confidence now in police, and mainly because of the way the police are handling themselves when it comes to the public or when they are in the streets. So the minister saying that they want to look at those issues and try to fix those issues. There was a question, however, Ayanda, in terms of when we look at the community policing forums, how they can come in and help police, because you remember that the one thing that came out of the summit and something that was also a discussion at the summit was the issue of collaboration. And when it comes to collaboration, it was argued that the community needs to come in, business has to come in, and other government departments. The minister saying they are getting a lot of help from CPF, but obviously now they also need more business to come in. And you were saying that with business is going to help in digitizing also the docket, because they will help in terms of the finances of this plan by the department. Ayanda.
Sure, certainly a whole host of issues there, but as the cliche goes, the proof of the pudding is in the tasting, if I've got that right. Neria Hlakotsa left to us there from Pretoria. My point, of course, is that we'll have to see how all of this materializes on the ground, given those ambitious plans. Once again, Neria Hlakotsa watching that feedback session from the police minister following that 3-day policing summit in Kempton Park.